Oh boy, this is where Carrie gets it. They got a bucket of pig blood up there. They're going to dump it on Carrie White. And boy, I'll tell you what, you shouldn't fuck with people like Carrie. Hey, there's a lot of things that doesn't resonate to this, and there's some that does. You don't piss somebody off is what the theme of the story is. And I'll just say it like that. The theme of the story is that she shouldn't piss somebody off, that this woman's supposed to be really religious about God, and you know, maybe she's in tune with God. I think that's what the whole thing is about. But I will tell you that people's got me, you know, upset or angry or something like that, or they've came and talked to me, and after they've left, they ended up, you know, hey, such and such is dead. And I'm like, I'm not very happy on it. Especially when it was Brian, Kyle, and Andy. And Brian was my stepson. But they're going to dump the blood. Oh, you can see it right here, live tonight. Hopefully you can see it. I don't like the Carrie show. I do not like horror movies. And And this is where it gets bad, because when you fuck with somebody and then all of a sudden say, I'm angered and all I do is pray to the Holy Father in heaven that the wrath of God be poured out over there, holy smokes, you just goddamn did something you shouldn't have fucking done. And I mean it. That's what happened with Walmart.
If you've been waiting to apply for disability benefits,
you've been waiting for
don't.
goddamn that,
I'm Sarah,
don't do it.
And I'm a lawyer at Atticus. Apply.
Forget Sarah at lawyers, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, back to this. Here Carrie is. She's back. Oh, lights, camera, action. Can you see it? Nope, you can't do it like that. We gotta have it like this so you can see Carrie and all of her. Now watch this. Oh, they're going to have their dance. They're going to have their dance, and she's so happy. She's fulfilling her life's thing. Well, hell, I didn't do this. When I was a kid, and as soon as I got my driver's license, the driver's ed teacher, Mr. Dunlap, they used to call him Ace, like Ace, the flying guy, you know. He gave me my certificate to go get my license. He says, now you can get the fuck out of here. You know, you don't ever have to come back to school again, he told me. Wasn't that nice? That's how I got treated. That's how I got treated in Morton, Washington. And look at this. And I'll tell you what, it does upset me. I'd hate to have the wrath of God come down on Morton, Washington, on those Fairheart. No, I would. I'd just love to have the wrath of God come out on George Fairheart and Morton, Washington. Well, Jesus Christ, when you've been done so goddamn fucked up, who gives a goddamn fuck anymore? You know, that's how I feel. So you know what? When you see the shit you do in the world, guess what? When they fuck with somebody's, I'd have nothing to do with evilness, and look what evilness has done, has found me. It's how I feel. Here Carrie gets fucking, you see this? Terrible. This here movie's terrible. I hate even watching goddamn garbage like this. I get no fucking thrill out of watching crap like this, and I don't know how anybody goddamn could. I think shit like this caused post-traumatic stress disorder too. And it's not good, and I don't like this goddamn movie. And you know what? It's like God's wanted me to watch this movie. Why? Look what they goddamn did. It's not goddamn good. It's goddamn bad. I don't even feel good watching it. I feel very goddamn bad. I don't goddamn like it. But I'm gonna goddamn watch it. Because I goddamn watched this part of it so far. Arr, arr, arr. Better take a hit on this one because I don't like it. Often people take a, hey, let's get stoned and watch this. I get so goddamn mad. Oh boy. And then you see somebody get hurt, and then all of a sudden this fucking emotion comes on you. I can understand this kind of stuff. It don't happen close up to you. Well, Jim shot Terry Shortridge. Jerry almost stuck me with his screwdriver. Let's see. Other things happened. But I wasn't doing nothing. I was just all of a sudden I'm witnessing this stuff. I wrote down a whole bunch of things. I got drawn. First drawing at Hanson Bear when I said I'd probably be the first one that gets drawn. Patty can move objects. She sits there and goes, I can move this with my mind. She's trying to, oh, it's a chandelier and it's a little thing. She goes, and it's the air that's on her hand. She moves, she goes, you see? I said, yeah, I think you should develop it. Yeah, seek counseling, seek help. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, sure. You know. Oh, I don't like Carrie. I don't like this look. Slam the doors closed, and and this is what happens around the world. Am I evil? I don't like this goddamn shit. Look at the look in my face. I don't goddamn like this shit. Don't fuck with Carrie. Hey, I'm not goddamn kidding either. You just don't fuck with somebody who's religion. Now, was Carrie a good person or Carrie a bad person? Because Carrie's been goddamn abused. So what do you think? Who's bad in this room? Is it Carrie or these people that's trying to escape Carrie? Because I've been saying this to my family. You goddamn people been fucking with me just like goddamn fucking with me. And now I say get in the goddamn fucking ring and get back in here and fucking fight. And that's what God Almighty says. And look at this. These people can't get out of the goddamn cage with Carrie. And matter of fact, sorry, you can't get out of the cage with God Almighty. And I wouldn't doubt if it starts raining down goddamn fucking rain right now. I am not goddamn kidding. And this movie could actually trigger fucking events. I wonder why God's wanted me to watch this. Isn't this goddamn funny now? Is this funny now? You see this? This could be your fucking life. And I'm not kidding either. I'm one of the nicest guys in the world that was holding a Bible at 1007 7th Street in Kansas, Washington. The keys just goddamn shut, and the keys fell out in my lap. I'll tell you what, I had so much stuff happen in that house. That witch, Susan Donahoe, she said she was a witch and a whore, and I was worth something to her, and all these things happened, events happened. Upstairs in my bedroom, there was marijuana growing up there. I had pulled these plants out, and dirt was all over in that room, and I had a stick, and I was going like this and making scratch lines and stuff, you know, kind of like the Lord would take a stick and do a little drawing and stuff, or take his finger and do something like that. And that was during Armageddon, and I was into it. I mean, I'm telling you, there's things that happened in that goddamn house that were just fucking scaring the fuck out of me. And man, oh man, I do not like this movie at all. And I'm telling you guys, I want you guys to fucking experience this shit with me because I do not like this. Do you guys want to fucking burn in hell? Because I do not want you to burn in hell. I goddamn don't want you to burn in hell. Isn't this something? I hate this movie. I hate stuff like this. Nothing scares me, really, but this is just goddamn... You know, they abuse this woman, and every action has an equal opposite reaction. I personally don't goddamn like it. I don't like watching it. They're trying to get out of it. Yeah, you pissed Carrie off. You see? And it's not going to stop. That's the key. It's not going to stop until it fucking goes its whole route. It's like when I said weeks ago, the ball's already in play. There's nothing I could do to possibly stop it. The only thing I could do is sit back and witness what's happening. I don't even want to go and get in goddamn... Well, I've never been in trouble. Why should I go out and get in trouble? You know? I make a list. I go down and check lists and go do my business, and I come home usually. When Ernie comes to pick up my list, I have a big fucking list with everything itemized and everything, and I have Ernie go and do a list. And I pay him $30 an hour to go do those things for me. So in the future, I don't owe him anything. I've paid all the way through it, but I'm still thankful that I did get help from Ernie the way that I did. But all in all, Ernie, whether you guys know it or not, I was a spiritual prisoner there at your house and stuff until the moment I spun that wheel on the Taylor Swift thing. And I'll tell you what, everything dawned and opened to me. Anyway, whether you believe it or not, I don't give a fuck. But I will tell you, people don't want to fucking piss me off, because another thing is, what does happen is when somebody does something like this, and it does happen, you know, in the past I've asked for the strength of Samson, and guess what happens? I get strong and I can break things. You know, it's like that rope, when I broke that rope with Patty there when my truck was on fire. God, give me strength. And I'm thinking of God, give me strength. And I just pulled on that rope, broke. You know, I mean, that was something. But if you thought that was something, and I bet you did. I mean, what's next? I always say. You know, no, I don't say that. I used to say that, you know, I used to say to God, well, what's next? What's next? What's next? If I say what's next, God might give me what's next. You might want to ask yourself, you might wonder about, if you pray for, or if you ask for something to happen, and then it happens, and you're not very goddamn happy, I will say beware of what you ask for, because if you ask for it, you may goddamn get it. You will have bad feelings for it for all your life. You know, Terry Shortridge, he grabbed me by the arm and he held me out over my trailer, or off this trailer that I had that was my trailer that my dad gave me. For some reason he owed me money or something. But that was supposed to be my trailer, and I was going to build a little house on it is what I was going to do. But Terry held me over it. You know, I mean, he told me, stay away from Carmen. You know, this was Carmen Dunlap. This is Ace Dunlap's daughter. Carmen and her other, Missy. Oh, I love Missy, you know. You know, I used to sing, oh, no, it was Mandy. Oh, Mandy. Barry Manilow, Mandy. I should sing that song. I love that song, too, by the way. You know, my folks who used to play Big John in the bowling alley and scare everybody, and everybody'd look at me, and I'd look at everybody because I'm John. And they murdered that boy in front of me, and everyone knew it. And they just got under my skin. I mean, I wasn't happy. I was in the bowling alley, and the bowling pins started falling when I was at a bowling tournament out there when I ran the bowling alley in Chehalis. Rick Cook was out there. He was running the bowling alley, and Marty Cook was there, and Carol Lee L's in the middle of the name. Always an L in the middle of the name there on that one. They're doing their thing, and I was mad because they were trying to Billy O'Connor and Mike O'Connor. Billy O'Connor was pushing a book about Lewis County bowling, and it didn't mention my dad in here. They were slithering it all over like he didn't even goddamn count. And that bowling alley was there because of my dad. And that goddamn pissed me off. They gave my dad no recognition. And by the way, I built the goddamn bowling alley with my dad. So could you imagine how fucking pissed I was? And then when they were up there doing their thing, and I let them goddamn know it too, Marty went up and got me cigarettes from uptown because she goddamn knew I was fucking pissed for one. And also, they fucking catered to me for like, I was goddamn golden that bowling alley. You know, they don't want to confess that my dad had built that bowling alley. And but they're treating me like gold. I was out on the approaches and no one else is out on the lanes yet. And I'm out there waiting to bowl. And I'm waiting for them to fucking stop talking so I could roll the goddamn marble first. You know? And while they're doing that, I'm standing out there on the approach because I'm fucking pissed. And I start singing my dad's song. Big 8-wheelers going down the track singing my loving baby ain't coming back. Bowling pins just start falling over in the bowling machines. And I'll tell you another thing. Back there in that bowling alley, there's words that was scribed in one of the machines right there where the back door is, just like this kitty corner from it, like about lane 10 or 8 or whatever. Probably 10. Probably lane 10. And it says, I was here, you almost got me. You know, I'm telling you, I fell inside of that bowling machine, screwing around. I fell in that bowling machine. You push the cycle button, the table would go up and down. I was standing on the carpet. I watched that carpet, the pin just pull right out like goddamn somebody pulled it out. And, you know, that fucking happened. It could have worked out. I don't know how it could. It's spring-loaded, and I've worked on those bowling machines in Herb's bowling alley even. Never seen it happen any place, but I was standing on it. Could have forced it out. I don't know. When it was going down, it could have something. But anyway, that thing fell. I fell directly into that. I was rolling like a bowling pin, screaming, oh my God, save me, God, save me. And I'm telling you the truth. And I got grabbed, and I got a grab on that, and I come up out of that fucking bowling machine, just like somebody grabbed me by the back of the shirt, and I landed on the fucking ground. And I was screaming for God to save me, and I was in that bowling alley by myself, and my dad was gone, back east, and I got his diploma here in my possession for his AMF diploma, and that's during the time that he was gone, and it coincides with the date that I put on the back of that bowling machine. And then when I left and I went to Nevada, when I was ran off by little Joe shooting at me and the fight and stuff that happened in Morton, Washington that night with little Joe Trombley, my dad took me down to Oregon. First my dad took me down to Oregon out of the situation, and there was my dad took me to a revival. He says, you're not staying here, you're going with me this weekend. He took me out of town, so they could straighten out shit in that town, I imagine, of Morton. Dad took me out of town. He took me to Myrtle Creek, Oregon, down to my Uncle Clint's revival thing, Betty and Clint. And they had a thing there, and they had, church and stuff going on. A little revival thing. There's a little band up there playing, a guy up there talking, preacher. And he's talking stuff, and, he's saying, does anybody out there know that they're going to go to heaven? Would they stand up now and, just close your eyes? And this was after, they had a prayer to stand up, and all this stuff. I stood up. I sat back down, the sermon goes on, like that. And then at the end of the sermon, I said, anybody that stood up prior, would they like to stand up now? And you know what, to be honest with you, and I've told the story before, I looked around the room and I counted some heads, and there were some other people that stood up in that room. But when it all came down to it, I stood up and no one else would. My dad was leaned away, him and Judy's still alive in Morton, Washington, for what I know. Judy Gall, Judy Wright, my dad's wife. And I introduced them, and I didn't even get to go to the wedding. The coos. You know, what a goddamn bunch of great people. I never even got to go to my dad's, none of their weddings except Jim. And I went to Jerry's wedding, and I rode in the car with him and Luann. I'm supposed to have an emotional bind to Jerry, I guess. But anyway, and when I stood up and everything, I'll tell you what, the guy said to me, he says, why would you stand when no one else would? And I said, I see and I believe, and I don't see and I still believe. And he says, that's from Scripture. He says, you'll surely see God. Well, you know what? I looked over and I looked at my dad and Judy. My dad's just like this, like I goddamn did something wrong. I said, Dad, why did you why are you doing this? He said, I've done so much. And I said, Dad, I didn't know. And I didn't know. I said, Dad, you know, I may have said Jesus. I may have said the Lord. I may have said Jesus. I don't know. I'll just say I said Jesus right now. I said, Jesus died for my sins and he died for yours. You know, but I've came to accustom to finding out that the Lord's name is Yahweh HaMessiah or Yahshua. But going back to this, you know, I'm between this guy and the beach and all these other people out here while this is all going on. There's no cut between that goddamn action. You know? And this guy's saying this and I'm dealing with that and I'm standing here and Dad and Judy's starting to look like she's going to goddamn cry, or she's, you know, she don't want to be seen with me. I imagine it's like when the Lord got taken and Peter denied him 3 times before the rooster crowed, and finally it was when they found out, you know, goddamn, I'm right here. And then, you know, when the sermon was all over, everybody wanted me to touch me and stuff. They wanted me to all come and visit with them and sit with them and stuff, which I don't think I did. I think I just went on my way, you know. But anyway, thank you for your time, and I think Carrie's over, but thank you so much for coming tonight. And, you know, I just tell you from the heart, I told you the truth. And it's 22 minutes, and that was Carrie, and here's the rain. There it is right now. And, hey, welcome to Mountaintop Music. I hope you enjoy the videos and stuff. I'm telling you the truth. That was Carrie that you watched with me, and at least I displayed some integrity maybe, or tried to tell you the truth. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.